There, the purple and the blue just facing off right there. We have 10 seconds left. Red's going to guard, well, blue's going to guard this toggle. Our score from qualification number 6. I heard somebody say that was a good match, and you know what? It was a tie. 55-55, Naples versus Chattanooga. We're getting ready to start qualification number 8. We've got 57711A aluminum from White Pine and 94X Frostbite from Naples, Florida. On the Blue Alliance, we have 26163A Team Black Knights Lance from Clarksville and 94M M&M's also from Naples, Florida. Touching a perimeter, not touching the toggle, touching a preload. We seem to be oh, nope, there it is.
I know. What? I need another score when you're going.
I'm from. In Florida. So at the beginning of this, well, when the game was first introduced, I imagined that the goals in the field were going to get the brunt of the action. Turns out it's the toggles that are getting the brunt of the force from these robots. And the walls, I know, right? You should be good. I don't know. You're...
Oh, controller battery.
Blue.
All right, Blue Alliance is ready as they're going to be. Red Alliance, ready as you're going to be. All right, we're going to have a 15-second auto on in 3, 2, 1, auto. All right, Lance moving. Frostbite. Oh. Okay, okay. Autonomous tie. Everybody starts with 6, and we drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. Oh, Frostbite throws that pin out of its robot. Its alliance partner, Aluminum, working on dropping some pins into some goals. Let's see what they managed to do so far. Not a ton of action in the alliance goals. Black Knights Lance working on moving those toggles. The field perimeters are going to last about 1 match apiece. Wow, nice flip. M&M's had a really nice way to flip that cup. Oh! And they drop it in. Or in that zone. All right, Frostbite working on turning that toggle to red. We got 3 red toggles. Black Knights Lance is hanging out here. Oh, yeah, they just stopped. Did you just, no? Huh? And they are disconnected. But they're also keeping the Red Alliance from turning the toggle.
20 seconds.
So there's that. Wow, Frostbite moving their sister team, 94M, M&M's out of the way. Red keeping the toggle. All right, we'll score that up, tell you all about it. Qualification number 7 goes to the team of 663D and 2578U, Ultraviolet Numizumi. They had a score of 41. The opponent, 99905G and 13205X Iris with a score of 16. We're going to move on to qualification number 9 on our Red Alliance. We have 7064U Orbital from Carnival, Tennessee, and 57711E Screws, Gears, and Engineers from White Pine. On the Blue Alliance, we have 2775S Jackson Air Robotics Eels and 9364E Iron Eagles Ember from Brentwood Academy. Touching the perimeter, touching a preload, not touching the toggle. Oh, everybody's green. Sweet. Let's have an autonomous period in 3, 2, 1, auto. We got 3 out of our 4 robots moving. 9364E drops a pin into their alliance goal, knocks another one over. That's okay. Autonomous tie. Everybody gets 6 points, and now we drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. We got 2 red toggles, a yellow and a blue. 9364E is going to be quick about loading these pins and putting them on their alliance goal. 57711E down doing the same thing. They're putting theirs on their neutral goal. They don't have anything in their alliance goal. 2775S is high centered on a pin. Their alliance partner, however, is coming to the full 50-inch extension and moving the toggle to red on the blue side. We're going to see 57711E playing some hard defense. Oh, 9364E turning that toggle again. I don't expect this much action from such an early season match, but they'll bring in the excitement right here. 2775S working on trying to get itself off of its back. The Red Alliance is absolutely double teaming 9364E. They're going to do everything they can at this point just to try to move that toggle. That toggle is going to be their only hope, and it looks like they're just going to stay here. Finally, they're still there. Orbital's working on parking there in that center. 9364E is going to make sure that that blue toggle doesn't turn to red. That's going to be everything. And it's over. And the all right. Qualification number 8, that went to 57711A Aluminum and 94X Frostbite with a score of 34 against 26163A. Lance and 94M M&M's with a score of 14. All right, on to qualification number 10 on our Red Alliance. We have 26163X Team Black Knights Excalibur and 11227S My Neighbors, the Zoophytes from Thompson Station. On the Blue Alliance, 94W Winnovators from Naples, Florida, and 50914A Rust Buckets from Columbia Academy.
Because you're in contact with the toggle.
Yes.
So can I kind of skip people? Thanks, buddy. Let's go. Let's get looked at. Hustle. Glasses blue. Red, we good? Blue, we good?
All right, everybody's ready. We're going to have an auto in 3, 2, 1, auto. Excalibur flips the toggle but doesn't quite score the pin. It was going to be so pretty if they did. 2 red toggles, a blue and a yellow. Red Alliance takes the Auton with 12 points, and now we drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. 94W, that is a big body robot from the Winnovators. Looking for our first pin to be placed. Excalibur's moving, they drop one. Zoophytes has a fast robot. They're going to come over and flip that toggle to red. Let's see what they do next. 94W's grabbing some pins from the match loader, dropping them on a neutral ball. Excalibur has now stacked a whole pile of pins. And their alliance partner, the Zoophytes, parking in front of that toggle to make sure it stays red. Rust Buckets has hit a snag. Their alliance partner's trying to move him out of the way. Meanwhile, Excalibur has moved to the other match loader and is using those to score on the alliance goal. Oh, Rust Buckets is high centered on a pin. Their alliance partner trying to move them off of that. There could be a disadvantage to that 55 watt limit. You can't knock your alliance partner off of a pin that they're high centered on. The Red Alliance looks to have the advantage, but we'll score it up and let you know. Oh my goodness, if you're in qualification number 11.
Controller, put your robot on the field.
If you're screws, gears, and engineers. Okay. And Frostbite, Alice, and Seahawks on the Blue Alliance. Your score from qualification number 9, that went to Ember and Eel, 61 points over 7046U and 57711E with a score of 54. Alliance. For qualification number 10, the Blue Alliance takes it with a score of 138. Red Alliance takes it with a score of 138 to 23.
Yes, they are. These are these guys. Let's go. Make sure you have your preload red.
Does this actually start the match?
You've got it, but yes.
Oh, but I don't have it.
No.
Elliot. Sick.
But that would indeed start the match.
All right, we're on field for qualification 11. On the Red Alliance, we have 57711E and 94X versus our Blue Alliance with 13205X and 94S.
No, he's got the right one.
We got thumbs up from the Blue Alliance.
Blue, are we ready? Red, are we ready?
Thumbs up from Red. All right, let's kick it off with Autonomous in 3, 2, 1. Oh. 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 In 3, 2, 1, go. A miss from 94S, but Blue is able to get one of their rollers to Blue. Blue will take the autonomous bonus, and that'll carry us into driver control, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Blue races out, that's 13205X. They go straight to their loader station, ready to put in a cup and a pin. For 94X on red, they do the same. Looking to load that cup and pin. They knock it over. We'll see if they try again. Meanwhile, 57711E, that's on the Red Alliance. They're able to get that roller to red. Right now, 3 of the 4 rollers are red, with the last one being neutral. In the far corner of the field, 13205X, they pick up their pin, and they just barely knock it off. But meanwhile, their partners, 94S, they've managed to make a stack of 3 blue pins over on the blue quadrant of the field. 94S, they continue to stack up. They raise that cascade lift and place another to make 4 for the Blue Alliance. One 13205X, that's the Blue Alliance. They're looking to score for Blue by turning that toggle. They're not quite able to get it. It looks like they're stuck on it, and they're able to drive away with 30 seconds left in the match. 94S, we'll see how tall they can make this tower. Looking for that last pin. And then go to place it. Under some defense, and they're able to get it. With their opponents, 94X, they're looking to turn that toggle to red, making those points worth it for the Red Alliance. We got 2 blue teams parked at the end and no red teams, and that's going to be our match.
Thanks, Twin.
Garrison, I feel so betrayed. Don't press the button.
Yeah, it's kind of.
What?
It doesn't matter with this match.
Nothing happened when you didn't press the button?
Well, I thought he was starting. So
I found my own substitute.
that's fine. And then he started doing the countdown before pressing the button. So of course he mistake.
I'll find a more qualified substitute next time. All right, we're getting ready for qualification number 12. On the Red Alliance, we have 261638 Team Black Knights Lance and 2578U Umizumi. On the Blue Alliance, we have 7046U Orbital from Collierville and 663H Target acquired from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are almost ready to get this one started. This is exactly where you stood the last time you were here. Hello. All right, 3, 2, 1, auto. The results from qualification number 11, that went to 13205X and 94S with a score of 88. This is a pretty exciting autonomous. It's going to go to Blue. Blue gets a 12-point autonomous bonus, and now we drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. I like that lift on 663H. That's fun. Meanwhile, Black Knights are working on making that toggle red. 663H is going to work on making that toggle blue. Umizoomi is going to make slow and steady work on this match load. Not quite. They're going to go for it again. They're going to drop that on their neutral goal. Wow. Meanwhile, Orbital, with a really fast robot, is just causing absolute chaos on the field, trying to get to the toggle, make it blue, which they succeed in doing. We do have 3 blue toggles and a red toggle. Umizoomi is just trying to do their work, and Orbital is just playing brutal defense on them. Umizoomi making sure Umizoomi and Orbital are just fighting over that toggle. Umizoomi's got it set to red now, and it looks like they're going to camp out and make sure that it doesn't get changed back again. Meanwhile, 663H and Black Knights are fighting over another toggle. We've got 18 seconds left. It's a battle of the toggles. Hardly any pins placed anywhere on the field. Now we're just trying to turn toggles. Black Knights Lance working on making that red. Umizoomi. The toggles made the difference in that match. We'll score it up and get back to you. Meanwhile, we're going to get ready for qualification number 13. On the Red Alliance, there's 9364E, Iron Eagles, Ember, and their alliance partner, 99905G, Nat 20 Robogriffs from St. George's Independent School in Clarville. On the Blue Alliance, 11227 Zoophytes from Thompson Station, Tennessee, and 94T, the Tiny Titans from Naples, Florida. We have a score for qualification number 12. Score for qualification number 12. That one goes to the Blue Alliance with a 98 to 5. 98 to 5.
All right, looks like we're almost ready. Oh, we got all green. And we're not quite as behind as we were. So good for us. All right, everybody's ready. So let's run an auton. In 3, 2, 1, auto. We're here on the Volunteer State Robotics Foundation field. Zoophytes flip that toggle to blue in their auton, 9364E. Sachets across the field with a dramatic finish. And it's a tie, and now we're going to drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. (9364Es) focusing on those match loads. Zoophyte, slow and steady, wins the race, putting that yellow pin on their alliance goal. 9364E just working the match loader, and 99905G camping out in front of that toggle just to make sure it stays red. Doesn't look like 94T or Zoophytes are worried about it. They're each working on their own projects, although here come Tiny Titans. Just making sure that 9364E can't get to their goal. It was a nice idea, but they can't interfere here. 99905G still camped out in front of that toggle, making sure nothing happens. 94T playing defense. 9364E is just going to go find another place to score. 94T is playing a dangerous game here, hanging out real close.
Blue, contact. You cannot contact that.
All right. We've all decided to hang around this red toggle on the red side with 10 seconds left. Doesn't look like anybody's going to try to get into the center here. And that one's over. Samuel. Okay, getting ready for qualification number 14. On the Red Alliance, we have 50914A Rust Buckets from Columbia, Tennessee, and 663A Ampersand from Chattanooga Christian School. On the Blue Alliance, we have 94W The Winnovators from Naples, Florida, and 57711A Aluminum from White Pine, Tennessee. We got thumbs up everywhere. We've got 4 green lights. We're less behind than we were. We ready? All right, let's have an auton. Autonomous begins in 3, 2, 1, auto. Got 2 red toggles, 2 yellow toggles. Okay. All right.
Should be red. Yeah,
Red takes the auton, and now we drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. (663A) grabbing the match load, starting out quick, putting him on the Alliance goal. Their Alliance partner, Rust Buckets, working on turning the toggle red. We do have 3 red toggles. 94W, that big body robot, dropping a yellow. Pin on the neutral goal. They're going to have to bank on turning that toggle blue if that's going to count. 663A camped out in front of the red toggle. Rust Buckets also camped out in front of a toggle. If nothing else happens yet right now, the advantage is clearly to the red. We're going to see what else might happen. Wondering if there's going to be a game manual update eventually about camping in front of the toggles. Everybody's hanging around the toggle on the blue side, doing anything to try to change that toggle to blue, change it from red to blue. We're at 5 seconds left. Aluminum trying to sit there in the center, and it's over. All right, it's the score from qualification number 13, 89 to 54. We're getting ready for qualification number 15 on the Red Alliance 94M, M&M's, and 2775S, Jackson Area Robotics Eels on the Blue Alliance 663D Ultraviolet with that amazing purple robot, and 26163X Black Knights Excalibur from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Thumbs up when you're ready. All right, that's one team. Red, you good? Other red team, you good?
Everybody good on the red. Everybody good on the blue. Let's have an Auton in 3, 2, 1, auto. You can't say you're ready and then stick your hand in the field.
That's on you guys.
All right. 15-second autonomous period is over.
You're good.
All right, we're going to start driver in 3, 2, 1, drive. All right, 2775S is going to make an attempt to reset their robot. Just a reminder to teams, we don't ask you if you're ready just to hear ourselves talk. We ask you if you're ready because we want to know if you're ready, because then we're going to start the match. Ultraviolet working on the match loads, knocking an errant pin out of the way, squaring up to a neutral goal and dropping the pin on there. Their alliance partner, Excalibur, working on the same thing. 94M working on changing the toggle, trying to get that toggle red. Blue Alliance doesn't seem to be worried too much about toggles. They're worried about stacking up pins on goals. Still working on trying to get 2775S back online. Red Robot 94M working on the toggles. Ultraviolet just stacked another set of pin and cup. And Excalibur's headed over to change that toggle to blue. Looks like they might camp out. There's not much else that they need to do. They have the clear advantage here, although Excalibur's going to try. Oh, Red Alliance 94M. Trying to come over and steal the pins off of this neutral goal. What would you do with them? Would you just sling them onto the ground? Or you would try to turn your toggle red. Everybody ends up in the middle. We have a score from qualification number 14. That's 50-10 with the advantage to 50914A Rust Buckets and Chattanooga Christian Ampersand. We're getting ready for qualification number 16 right now on the Red Alliance. We have 57711A Aluminum and 7046U Orbital from Collierville, Tennessee. On the Blue Alliance, we have 50914A Rust Buckets from Columbia Academy and 94S Seahawks from, from Naples. If you're in qualification number 17, you should be moving over to your field. You should be moving over to the Volunteer State Robotics Foundation field if you're in qualification number 17. Come on. Brother. No. We let these people from Florida. Joking. He's not amused. All right. Everybody's ready. We're going to have an Auton in 3, 2, 1, auto. 94S drops a pin in an Alliance goal. Oh, and then they drop another imaginary pin on it. But that was so pretty, and they moved the toggle. That is nice. Blue takes the Auton, and now we drive in 3, 2, 1. Wow, Orbital, it's a zippy robot. It's also tough. They're just going to crash into this wall until they turn it red. And then they're going to go crash into another wall. Rust Buckets is high centered again on a pin. This time they managed to get unstuck from it. Okay, Orbital finally gets the red. And, oh, this one's been changed again. 94S manages to change that. Aluminum's trying to change back to red. We might just be fighting over this. The Alliance goals are protected to some extent, so teams should be very careful if they're getting near their opponent's Alliance goal. 94S looks like they're just going to camp here in front of this toggle and keep it blue, which would be to their advantage. Oh, but here comes Orbital, and they're going to try. Wow. It's worth noting that if you're going to try to uncamp someone from in front of the toggle, you are going to get really close to your opponent's Alliance goal, and that's a bad idea. We have 3 red toggles and a blue. 94S is going to stay in front of that blue toggle to make sure it stays that way. Rust Bucket's trying to move Aluminum out of the way, and it's not going to happen. 94S manages to keep it blue. All right, look at us. We are ready to go for qualification number 17. Qualification number 15, that result was 103 to 21, advantage Ultraviolet and Iris. We're ready for qualification number 17 on the Volunteer State Robotics Foundation field. Right on our Red Alliance, we have 94W, the Winnovators from Naples, and 26163 Team Black Knights Lance from Clarksville. On the Blue Alliance, we have 94T, Tiny Titans from Naples, and 2775S Jackson Aerial Robotics Eels. We are ready for a 15-second autonomous period in 3, 2, 1, auto. Oh, wait, he says. Is it going to work? So close. All right, we have an autonomous tie, and now we're going to drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. 94T trying to turn that toggle blue, trying to put just the right amount of pressure on it. They're going to settle for yellow and move on. 94W grabbing some match loads. Their sister team, 94T, trying to play defense, trying to block them from getting to their goal, but those goals have some protection around them. Oh, and also if your alliance partner wants to play some defense, you can also keep the opponent from getting in the way of your goal. 94W trying to do some triage over here, trying to figure out how to get the cup out from in front of the match loader. Black Knights Lance turning the toggle red. We got 1 neutral, 2 blues, and 1 red. Now we've got 2 reds, a neutral, and a blue. 94W is hanging out in the middle. 94T, I think this is the 3rd time I've seen 94T fall over on their back. We have 15 seconds left. 3 red toggles and 1 blue toggle, 2 teams in the middle, 1 team on its back. Lance trying to get into the center, break that plane. They managed to do it. We'll score that up and see how it goes. Meanwhile, we have a score from qualification number 16. That was a score of 55-38. 50914A 94S taking that one. All right, we have qualification number 18. Is this the last one before lunch?
I have no idea.
All right, we're gonna go and we're gonna hope. Everybody's ready. We're less behind than we were. Now we're going to have an auton in 3, 2, 1, auto. 663D. There's still time to get that pin in. 94X didn't quite work how they intended either. Zoophytes managed to turn the toggle to blue. Oh, Frostbite thinking they're going to turn that toggle blue. Not quite. Blue Alliance takes the autonomous. And now we drive in 3, 2, 1, drive. 94X is going to finish the job they started. Frostbite turning that toggle blue, but now they can't get themselves free from it. Oh, and in doing so, they managed to turn it yellow. 663H with that nice lift is going to come over. Grab a red pin from the match loader and score it. 663D Ultraviolet with that pretty purple robot working on their match loads as well. They're going to put them on the, oh, I thought they were going to put it on the Alliance goal, but maybe not. Ultraviolet's putting it on the, it's 2 Chattanooga Christian teams together. I was so confused. The Red Alliance is 663H and 663D, both from Chattanooga Christian. The Blue Alliance is 94X Frostbite from Naples and 11227S Zoophytes from Thompson Station, Tennessee. 663D trying to drop a yellow pin. Doesn't quite make it, but they are going to load up another one, put it on their Alliance goal, maybe. The Red Alliance does have a nice stack of pins here on their neutral goal. 94X trying to keep 663D from changing that toggle to red. They're trying to keep it neutral, perhaps even trying to make it blue. They did manage to make the other one blue. We now have 2 blues, 1 red, and 1 neutral toggle. Lots of pins placed. For red, 663D is keeping 94X from coming to change that toggle again, and that match is over. We do have a score from qualification number 17. That was 72 for 94W and 26163A to 24 for 94T and 2775S. That's it for this part of the day. I do believe we're on a lunch break, which would be fantastic.
This is in contact.
So we will reconvene with qualification number 19. 12:30. So be back at 12:30. Go get something to eat. Come back and we'll play qualification number 19 at 12:30.
All right, skills will be open after we feed our volunteers. So we're going to take a quick break to feed the volunteers, and then skills will open back up. You may use the competition fields for practice. And skills will return after we feed the volunteers. Mr. Smithson from MUS says if you don't reset the fields, no, I'm just kidding. He just said please reset the fields.